Hey, I don't know why this had to happen, but I promise you, I'm gonna find out who killed your moms.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we are counting down our picks for video game betrayals that not only stung, but came out of nowhere. You know what that means. Major spoilers lie ahead.
You been a pal. You know what they say. Never mix business with friendship.
Number 10. Eric Sparrow, Tony Hawk's Underground.
What up, Eric?
Hey, help me out here. I was just skating, minding my own, and the dealers grabbed my board.
You'd expect a skateboarding game to have a straightforward story, which is why everyone was caught completely off guard by your best friend's deceit in Tony Hawk's Underground. As you and Eric follow your dreams of fame, skating across the country, he constantly screws up in an attempt at comedic relief. However, on a trip to Moscow, Eric steals and crashes a tank, blaming the whole thing on you. Sure, you two hit some competitive snags on the journey, but you're both trying to stand out and go pro, and end up reconciling right before this happens. This act gets you arrested and kicked off the team until you can finally show up Eric and prove he's the second-rate skater you know him to be.
Get back here! You ain't nothing! I know I can kick your ass!
Number 9. Albert Wesker, Resident Evil.
Albert Wesker.
He's the most iconic villain in the Resident Evil series. Yet, Wesker's initial act of betrayal all those years ago was a pretty big shock. When the STARS team arrives at Spencer Mansion, they're all immediately separated, leading you as either Chris or Jill to bring them back together. There's no reason to suspect that one of them is in cahoots with Umbrella, the evil mega-corporation responsible for the sudden swarms of the undead. Maybe it's because we were too concerned with not trying to be eaten by zombies, but we thought we were all on the same team. But then Wesker shows back up in the final act, reveals he works for Umbrella, and sicks a massive monster on you.
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten.
Number 8. The Loyalists, Dishonored.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
Corvo Attano is framed for murder and treason at the beginning of Dishonored, but is luckily saved from execution by the Loyalists. This group seeks to right the wrongs committed by the men really responsible for the Empress's death, and they give you missions to complete throughout the game. It seems like they're on your side, and you might be thinking you're safe from yet another betrayal. Obviously, you're wrong. Once you've claimed vengeance, the Loyalists poison Corvo so that he can't stand against their plans to install the Empress's daughter, with them ruling from the shadows. Thankfully, the man forced to poison him is a friend, and gives Corvo a non-lethal dose so that he can go on one last quest for justice.
Why I keep sticking my neck out for you eludes me. But I only gave you half the poison, Corvo. They were watching me do it, but not close enough.
Number 7. Kendra Daniels, Dead Space.
That's her? Nicole?
Yeah. First deferred from her in weeks.
Just like Resident Evil, your team is placed in a horrendous situation in Dead Space. So bad, in fact, that you would never expect one of them to betray you. Kendra Daniels helps you survive the entire game as allies drop like flies. As it turns out, she's using you to obtain the Marker, an artifact that creates the nightmare-inducing necromorphs. Instructed by her employers at EarthGov, she steals the Marker from you during the climax, and drops the bombshell that your girlfriend, who you've been teaming up with, is really a hallucination brought on by the artifact. She then tries to leave you to suffer for your final moments, so we can't say we're too broken up when the hive mind takes her out. Number 6. Big Smoke, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
CJ? Oh, my dog! What's up? Hey, baby, you okay, man?
It's been over 20 years, but fans still hold an undying hatred for Big Smoke. After CJ comes home, he's greeted warmly by the members of his former gang, including Big Smoke. The gang has been losing ground to their rivals, and CJ helps them regain power through various missions. However, it's pretty easy to lose ground with Big Smoke not only working with the rival gang, but with corrupt police officers. That's a pretty big betrayal. But even worse, Smoke was one of the people responsible for the death of CJ's mother, which is what brought him back home in the first place. With much of our focus being on other villains, we never saw Smoke's treachery coming.
Why you just didn't quit, man? We was like family, homie. I had no choice. I had to do it.
Number 5. Sam Drake. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
It's about your height, a little bit leaner. Definitely less gray in the temples. Sam? It's good to see you again, Nathan.
While his actions aren't as villainous as others, Sam's deceit still comes as a major shock. Nate's long-thought-dead brother returns, having escaped prison, enticing the retired treasure hunter back into his dangerous life. His escape was only possible through his cellmate, a drug lord named Hector Alcazar. Alcazar then demanded Sam track down a fortune he and Nate infiltrated the prison to investigate, or else. We take this as fact, especially since you play through Sam's harrowing escape. But this was all a lie. Sam was broken out by Rafe, the brother's former partner, whom he then backstabbed in order to bring Nate into the whole mess. Sam blew up Nate's peaceful life, pretending his life was in danger so that Nate would help him.
What did he tell you? Sam, what kind of story did you cook up, Alcazar? Really? You lied? You lied to your baby brother.
Number 4. General Shepard. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Boundaries shift, new players step in, but power always finds a place to rest its head.
Even if you've never played a single Call of Duty, you've likely heard about General Shepard's infamous, iconic betrayal. As the commanding officer of Task Force 141, you naturally assume he wants what you want, and that he's leading you righteously against the game's villain, Vladimir Makarov. Then comes the mission where Ghost and Roach infiltrate Makarov's safe house, extracting important information that Shepard then kills them for. We learn later that Shepard is bitter over the deaths of his 30,000 men who died during the nuke in the previous game, an event that was covered up. He orchestrated war with Russia out of revenge and hopes of becoming a war hero. Thankfully, Price and Soap make sure he dies as a traitor. Number 3. Wheatley, Portal 2.
Can I open the... Ah! Oh, God. You look... good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you... Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow. Please prepare.
Voiced phenomenally by Stephen Merchant, Wheatley is your bumbling companion through the first half of Portal 2. It seems pretty clear that your focus should be on completing the puzzles of GLaDOS, the murderous AI from the first game, while Wheatley tries to help you escape. He's such a funny doofus that you'd never expect him to grow villainous with newfound power until that exact thing happens after gaining the upper hand over GLaDOS. Now in control of the entire facility, Wheatley immediately wants to use his capabilities to put someone through deadly tests like GLaDOS before him. And the only test subject around is you. You essentially trade one would-be robot murderer for another.
Let me tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool. And check this out, I'm a bloody genius now.
Number 2. Vincent, A Way Out.
Hey, Vincent, what's your plan after this?
I don't know. Haven't really thought about it.
You haven't thought about it? That must be a first for you, Mr. Overthinker.
A Way Out follows 2 incarcerated men who bond over a desire to get vengeance on Harvey, the crime lord who led to their imprisonment. In Leo's case, Harvey backstabbed him by killing a buyer for a rare gem they both stole, leaving Leo to take the fall. In Vincent's case, Harvey framed him for his brother's murder. You'd never guess that a betrayal was coming, especially since one of the players controls Vincent the whole game. But after getting vengeance, the two are swarmed by the FBI, who reveal Vincent to be one of them. Turns out the buyer Harvey killed was actually Vincent's brother, also an undercover agent. Vincent infiltrated prison to get close to Leo, find the gym, and bring Harvey down.
Get up. Get up.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Atlas, Bioshock.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio?
When you enter the twisted city of Rapture, there is no one you can trust except for Atlas, the man leading a rebellion against its corrupt founder, Andrew Ryan. Atlas gives you objectives and helps you survive as you move through the city. He's someone you never question, especially since you witness Ryan blow up the sub his wife and child are on, or so you think. In one of gaming's greatest twists, you learn that Atlas is the alter ego of Frank Fontaine, a crime boss Ryan warred with who faked his own death. Not only that, but his objectives have actually been him controlling you through psychological conditioning, with the phrase, "Would you kindly?" And not a single one of us saw that coming.
It's time to end this little masquerade.
What video game betrayal did you never see coming? Share your thoughts and revelations in the comments.